Good morning. This is the Paradise Unicorn Priestess bringing you day 172 of A Course in Miracles, the Yin translation, where we use female words. This would be June 21st if you're starting at the new year. Sin as an adjustment. The belief in sin is an adjustment, and an adjustment is a change, a shift in perception, or a belief that what was so before has been made different. Every adjustment is therefore a distortion and calls upon defenses to uphold it against reality. Knowledge requires no adjustments and, in fact, is lost if any shift or change is undertaken, for this reduces it at once to mere perception, a way of looking in which certainty is lost and doubt has entered. To this impaired condition are adjustments necessary because it is not true. Who need adjust to truth which calls only on what she is to understand? Adjustments of any kind are of the ego, for it is the ego's fixed belief that all relationships depend upon adjustments to make of them what it would have them be. Direct relationships in which there are no interferences are always seen as dangerous. The ego is the self-appointed mediator of all relationships, making whatever adjustments it deems necessary and interposing them between those who would meet to keep them separate and prevent their union. It is this studied interference that makes it difficult for you to recognize your holy relationship for what it is. The holy do not interfere with truth. They are not afraid of it, for it is within the truth that they recognize their holiness and rejoice at what they see. They look on it directly, without attempting to adjust themselves to it or it to them, and so they see that it was in them, not deciding first where they would have it be. Their looking merely asks a question, and it is what they see that answers them. You make the world and then adjust to it, and it to you. Nor is there any difference between yourself and it in your perception, which made them both. A simple question yet remains and needs an answer. Do you like what you have made? A world of murder and attack, through which you thread your timid way through constant dangers, alone and frightened, hoping at most that death will wait a little longer before it overtakes you and you disappear. You made this up. It is a picture of what you think you are, of how you see yourself. A murderer is frightened, and those who kill fear death. All these are but the fearful thoughts of those who would adjust themselves to a world made fearful by their adjustments, and they look out in sorrow from what is sad within and see the sadness there. Have you not wondered what the world is really like? How it would look through happy eyes? The world you see is but a judgment on yourself. It is not there at all. Yet judgment lays a sentence on it, justifies it, and makes it real. Such is the world you see, a judgment on yourself, and made by you. This sickly picture of yourself is carefully preserved by the ego, whose image it is and which it loves, and placed outside you in the world. And to this world must you adjust as long as you believe this picture is outside and has you at its mercy. This world is merciless, and were it outside you, you should indeed be fearful. Yet it was you who made it merciless. And now, if mercilessness seems to look back at you, it can be corrected. Who in a holy relationship can long remain unholy? The world the holy see is one with them, just as the world the ego looks upon is like itself. The world the holy see is beautiful, because they see their innocence in it. They did not tell it what it was. They did not make adjustments to fit their orders. They gently questioned it and whispered, "What are you?" And she who watches over all perception answered, "Take not the judgment of the world as answer to the question, 'What am I?' The world believes in sin, but the belief that made it as you see it is not outside you. Seek not to make the child of God adjust to her insanity. There is a stranger in her who wandered carelessly into the home of truth and who will wander off. She came without a purpose, but she will not remain before the shining light the Holy Spirit offered and you accepted. For there the stranger is made homeless, and you are welcome. Ask not this transient stranger, "What am I?" She is the only thing in all the universe that does not know. Yet it is she you ask, and it is to her answer that you would adjust. This one wild thought, fierce in its arrogance, and yet so tiny and so meaningless, it slips unnoticed through the universe of truth, becomes your guide. To it you turn to ask the meaning of the universe. And of the one blind thing in all the seeing universe of truth you ask, "How shall I look upon the child of God?" Does one ask judgment of what is totally bereft of judgment? And if you have, would you believe the answer and adjust to it as if it were the truth? The world you look on is the answer that it gave you, and you have given it power to adjust the world to make its answer true. You asked this puff of madness for the meaning of your unholy relationship, and adjusted it according to its insane answer. How happy did it make you? Did you meet your sister with joy to bless the child of God and give her thanks for all the happiness that she held out to you? Did you recognize your sister as the eternal gift of God to you? Did you see the holiness that shone in both you and your sister to bless the other? That is the purpose of your holy relationship. Ask not the means of its attainment of the one thing that still would have it be unholy. Give it no power to adjust the means and end. Prisoners bound with heavy chains for years, starved and emaciated, weak and exhausted, and with eyes so long cast down in darkness they remember not the light, do not leap up in joy the instant they are made free. It takes a while for them to understand what freedom is. You groped but feebly in the dust and found your sister's hand, uncertain whether to let it go or to take hold on life so long forgotten. Strengthen your hold and raise your eyes unto your strong companion, in whom the meaning of your freedom lies. She seemed to be crucified beside you, and yet her holiness remained untouched and perfect. And with her beside you, you shall this day enter with her to paradise and know the peace of God. Such is my will for you and your sister, and for each of you, for one another, and for herself. Here is the only holiness, and joining without limit. For what is heaven but union, direct and perfect, and without the veil of fear upon it? Here are we one, looking with perfect gentleness upon each other and on ourselves. Here all thoughts of any separation between us become impossible. You who were made a prisoner in separation are now made free in paradise. And here would I unite with you, my friend, my sister, and myself. Your gift unto your sister has given me the certainty our union will be soon. Share then this faith with me, and know that it is justified. There is no fear in perfect love, because it knows no sin, and it must look on others as on itself. Looking with charity within, what can it fear without? The innocent see safety, and the pure in heart see God within her child, and look unto the child to lead them to the mother. And where else would they go but where they will to be? You and your sister now will lead the other to the mother, as surely as God created her child holy and kept her so. In your sister is the light of God's eternal promise of your immortality. See her as sinless, and there can be no fear in you. I have seen it suggested in A Course in Miracles that we wage war against reality and that it's exhausting, that we're constantly creating justifications to uphold these adjustments that are of the ego, that are trying to uphold separation and hold off the return to oneness, the return to that awareness of oneness. and that we're just exhausted all the time because of this fight. And we're being asked to stop fighting and receive what is. This text reading asks us if asking the tiny mad idea of separation, what the child of God is, brought us happiness, and if it caused us to meet our sister with gratitude, full of happiness for all the happiness our sister offered us. Earlier in A Course in Miracles, it said that God's will for relationships, the divine purpose of relationships, is just one thing: to make happy. And it's good to remember that. That's what relationships are for sharing happiness. And the idea of separation does not promote that. Lesson 172, review of lessons 153 through 154. God is but love, and therefore so am I. 153. In my defenselessness my safety lies. God is but love, and therefore so am I. 154. I am among the ministers of God. God is but love, and therefore so am I. That's our short review for the day. Happy practicing.